What has your child done that brought you to tears? My daughter Emma started volunteering at the animal shelter 3 months ago. She's always been compassionate, but this felt different, more focused. She'd come home with stories about the dogs, their names, their personalities. I was so proud of her growing empathy. The first sign something was off came when I noticed her bedroom door was always locked now. When I asked, she said she was working on important projects for the shelter. She'd disappear for hours, claiming she was researching animal care or updating adoption profiles online. I found it touching that she was so dedicated. Then I started finding things, small things. A collar in her backpack with no explanation. Veterinary supplies hidden in her closet. When I confronted her, she said the shelter let volunteers take supplies home for emergency situations. It seemed reasonable. Emma had always been responsible. The shelter called last Tuesday asking where Emma was. She'd missed her volunteer shift for the third week in a row. My stomach dropped. If she wasn't at the shelter, where had she been going every Saturday for the past month? When I asked her that night, she got defensive. They're confused, she insisted. I switched to helping with a different program. That's when I decided to follow her. Last Saturday, I watched from my car as Emma walked to the woods behind our neighborhood. She carried a large duffel bag and seemed to know exactly where she was going. I followed at a distance, my heart pounding with each step deeper into the trees. I found her in a small clearing surrounded by makeshift wooden cages. 6 dogs sat inside them, all wearing the collars I'd seen her hiding. They weren't strays. These were clearly pets. Well-fed, groomed, wearing tags. Emma was systematically feeding them and checking each cage like she'd done this routine hundreds of times. My blood ran cold when I realized what I was looking at. Missing pet posters had been appearing around our neighborhood for weeks. The golden retriever from Maple Street, the beagle from the elementary school area, the German shepherd that belonged to the elderly couple 3 blocks over. I confronted her that night, shaking. She broke down and confessed everything. She'd been rescuing dogs from what she called neglectful owners, people who left their dogs in yards alone or walked them on leashes she deemed too short or didn't give them enough attention. In her mind, she was saving them. But Emma, I whispered, these families are heartbroken. They think their dogs are dead. She looked at me with eyes I didn't recognize, cold, calculating. They don't deserve them anyway, she said. I'm giving them better lives. I tried calling the police the next morning to return the dogs and get Emma help. But when I went to the clearing, the cages were empty. All of them. I found Emma in the kitchen making breakfast like nothing had happened. Where are the dogs, Emma? She smiled and poured herself orange juice. What dogs, Mom? I searched everywhere. No trace of them. No evidence they'd ever existed. When I insisted we go to the police together, Emma calmly reminded me that I had no proof. And wouldn't it be terrible if people thought I was having some kind of breakdown? That night, I heard scratching sounds coming from under our house.